Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese and welcome to a video that is so special I took out a real microphone for it. We're not using the headset today, and this is a real microphone that you're supposed to hold. I noticed Zoomers on YouTube and on TikTok especially will get lapel mics and hold them like unhinged savages. It concerns me that that generation's going to take over the country someday, God bless us all. But today we're going to discuss something very important. I have been, for a little over a year now, pushing channel memberships on this channel, and I've had a ton of great channel members, and I still have a ton of great channel members whose support I very much appreciate, but we've run into a problem as of late. We have multiple channels now. I've decided that I'm going to be silly and do something that I don't really see other creators do, and I'm just going to have multiple different channels and upload periodically to all of them, and to heck with the algorithm, to heck with the YouTube game. I don't want to play it anymore. I just want to have fun, make the content I want to make, and if the audience that wants to see it finds it, bully to them, welcome. And you found it, so welcome. The issue with that, though, is that when you have a half dozen YouTube channels, where do you send people to if they want to become channel members? You know, it might be easy if your favorite content is my Minecraft content. You just become a channel member on Howdy Folks MC channel once it unlocks channel memberships, which is close to. I think we'll definitely hit that by the end of the year. But what if you also like Howdy Folks LP content? Do you become a channel member on both? And then at that point, like if you're only on one and I make a behind the scenes video or a short or something for channel members, do I upload it to all of the channels, or do only some people have access to that? It's very confusing. It's very complicated. I've spent the last month stressing over this, and I finally decided that I'm going to do something real simple, something really easy, something that many other people have already done, like channel member Jake Yates, for example. He's not a channel member anymore. He's moved over to Patreon. Patreon.com/howdyfolks, or, and this should work, patreon.howdyfolks.net. That'll be the link in the description that you can click on. How cool is that? By doing this, instead of having 12 different channel memberships that people can choose from on 12 different channels, you can just go to the Patreon regardless of what channel you support on, and you can support the entirety of Howdy Folks, and everything will be centered in that one place, easily accessible, and there's a Discord. A lot of folks have asked for a Discord. I used to have a public Discord. I made fun of someone once who had a paid Discord. Jenna and I did when recording our Jenna and Reese Sky Factory 3 series. They were like, that's funny, imagine charging for that. I will never have a free Discord again. It's too much to manage for me right now. Maybe someday in the future. Patreon exclusive for right now. And we're not even going to speculate about at what point in the future we might open up a couple of general public channels. For right now, don't even consider that an option, because it might never be. But the tiers are pretty straightforward. We've got a $3 supporter tier over on the Patreon. That'll get you access to the Discord, all of the chat channels, as well as all of the unique and special content that I post. And right now I'm posting simultaneously to the Patreon and in the Discord. So if you're just a heavy Discord user and you never want to go to the Patreon, you can just live on the server, and I upload these shorts that are behind the scenes. I've uploaded like 3 or 4 of them already. I upload what is effectively my private Twitter now. It's not actually a Twitter, it's just a channel dedicated to me posting behind the scenes updates and information on what's going on and the schedules for videos across all the channels. It's just a feed where if you ever wondered, like, I wonder what's coming out today, you can go find out. The next tier up above supporter is Enthusiast, which is $6 a month, and it's the same thing, all the same perks. You just also get access to voice channels. We don't have any yet. I'm going to be transparent with you. I've not opened a voice channel yet, but there will be one someday once I get moderation set up a little bit. Right now, there's only like 5 people on the Discord. Shout out, by the way, to the folks who hopped on early when I first mentioned this to channel members and were like, yes, I want to be on that. Thank you. Like Jake Yates, and the reason I'm mentioning Jake Yates, we'll get to that. Above the enthusiast tier, we have the champion tier. The champion tier is $12, and literally the only difference is you get your name in the end credits when we have end credits, or opening credits, or maybe I read them all out sometimes. Just whatever your Patreon name is. So know that in advance, because it will just be read out, and you should know that. It's like a fun vanity perk, if you will. Like, if you want people to know, yeah, I support this nonsense, you can do that. And yes, you don't have to use your name. If you're concerned about having your name associated with this nonsense, you can just use a fun username, like a handle. Okay, you can call yourself Sir Handle, like from Thomas the Tank Engine. No one will know what you're... Well, I'll know what you're referencing. The top tier is called the Zealot tier, which is usually associated with like negative things. Normally when people talk about zealots, they're like, ooh, that guy's a zealot. He's from Halo, you know? It's a positive thing. Being a Howdy Folks zealot is one of the best things you can do with your life. Like Jake Yates. I keep wanting to call him a channel member. He's a patron now over on Patreon. He's a zealot now. And this perk is the same as all the previous perks, but in at least one video a month, I will just say your name. It's the say your name perk, where I will just say thank you to Jake Yates for sponsoring Howdy Folks. All right, thank you so much for your support. And because he's the only one right now, you're gonna be hearing Jake Yates' name a lot. Okay, probably more than once a month. More people should join this tier if they're tired of hearing Jake Yates' name. Yeah, thank you for your support, though. I appreciate your support, and everyone else's for that matter. So this is the new Patreon. Again, I wanted all the good stuff to be at the very first tier, that $3 tier, so you're going to get access to the Discord, all the chat channels, you're going to get all that exclusive content, and more as we go along. As I come up with other ideas, I have an idea for a secret series that is not video game related, that is going to have a ton of bonus content to it. That's been cooking up in the background for a couple of weeks now. I've been doing research. I'm not going to even tell you what it is yet until the first episode's ready, and I'll probably drop that early on the Patreon for patrons. Every tier after that is just kind of like bonus stuff, like again the voice channels at $6. The champions get the end credits, the opening credits. You get your shout outs if you're a zealot at the $24 tier. And this is great because it is sort of channel agnostic. Whatever Howdy Folks channel is your favorite, go to the Patreon. You're supporting all of them. And if you need to, you can get on the Discord. Make sure your Patreon and your Discord links, accounts are merged, and you can tell us what your favorite channel is there. If you want to go onto the Howdy Folks Discord as a patron and say, hey, I'm a supporter, I'm an enthusiast, champion, zealot, whatever, but really, I only like Howdy Folks MC, you can do that. That is fine. So I guess the final thing we need to touch on is what happens to channel memberships now. Are they going away? No, because there's one perk that I can still offer with channel memberships that I really can't do with the Patreon or the Discord, and that is early video releases for some content. Sometimes when I upload a video, if it is a bit in advance, like a few days in advance, if you are a channel member, I can set it to channel member early access, and it'll still automatically publish it at the correct time. That's $1 a month. And we're going to just leave that where it is. We're not going to change that at all because it's very hard to automate that with like unlisted videos posted to Patreon that get then changed to public. You could do it with TubeBuddy, but they charge something like $30-something a month. I'd have to have so many patrons to just justify the cost. YouTube will not let you schedule unlisted videos for release. They have to be private or channel member only. It's just a whole lot of automation when I have as many channels as I do. So if you don't want to leave the platform, if you don't want to leave YouTube and go to this Patreon, you don't have to. If you still want to support, you can do so for $1 a month. All you'll get, though, is like the badge next to your name, and you will get, occasionally, where possible, an early video release. That's about it. So really, you should go to the Patreon if you want to support. But you don't have to. You don't have to become a patron or a channel member. The best thing you can do to support Howdy Folks content is like the video and comment down below and share it with your friends, except for the ones who will make fun of you for it. Don't do that. They don't need to know. They wouldn't like the content. It's too intelligent for them. It's on like an elevated plane, and they are not. So don't worry about them. I don't know why I'm holding the mic so delicately. You can hold the microphone however you want. It's a good mic. Kind of Shure, I think. I used to know the model number. I don't anymore. It's been a while. So with all of that now stated, all of that rambling aside, if you are currently a channel member at anything over $1, over the next coming days, you're going to notice your channel membership tier no longer exists. I've already gotten rid of the $25 tier. I'm going to be getting rid of the $10, the $5, and the $3 tier. All of those are going away. If you are currently on the Discord, this is a change from what I originally announced. I was going to keep a couple of those other tiers. I'm not anymore. I just want it to be as simple and easy to understand as possible. I want to clear up as much confusion as possible. So if you want to support Howdy Folks as a channel member for $1, do it. That's great, and I appreciate it. If you want to support anything more than $1, patreon.howdyfolks.net. And that's how you get your Discord access. Have I explained it enough? Does this make sense? I made another video about this, but it was 20 minutes long, and it was mostly me rambling, and I feel like I really struggled to get to the point. And as of right now, I've been recording for 13 minutes, but hopefully I can trim this down and get it under 10, because I want this to be brief and easy to understand, but I'm still rambling, so I'm going to stop now. Go check out, if you do become a patron over on patreon.howdyfolks.net, link in the description. Make sure you connect Patreon to your Discord account, link those together however you do it, and go check out what's going on over there. We've got a few people on. Patron supporter Zealot Jake Yates commented that chat was dead. I'm like, well, yeah, there's 4 of us here. There's like 4 or 5 of us, depending on whether or not you count me. And yeah. Once I actually release the announcement video, hopefully there will be a few more people in there. There will be, because all of these people who are currently channel members are going to be baffled and confused when their channel memberships disappear, and hopefully make the pilgrimage over. And if you have been supporting and you're not going to continue to for whatever reason, that's okay. Thank you for your support as a channel member. It has actually been very helpful. You've helped fund things like these lights here that I can't quite... There we go. It's literally a PEX pipe that I zip tied a string of high CRI LEDs to, connected up to a PWM controller, all of which I bought on the internet and just, I almost said welded, soldered together. It's working. There's a mix of zip ties and pipe cleaners because I haven't finished zip tying. I got to remove the pipe cleaners and put on the zip tie. It works. We got light. It looks good. Thank you. Thank you for making that possible. And if you're going to continue to support, or you're going to be a new patron, thank you as well. I really do appreciate it. I basically decided, no one really makes content the way that I do anymore. No one makes these sort of long-form Let's Play style series. The number one comment I get from people who are new to the channels is, oh, I didn't know people still made content like this. This is great. And I'm like, I do, but it's niche. If I wanted to be successful on YouTube, this is not what I would be doing. But I'm less worried about being successful on YouTube than I am having fun and doing what I enjoy. And I enjoy playing through games with people. So I'm going to keep doing it. But the only way we're ever going to make that feasible for more than just a side hobby is going to be probably with fan funding like this. Because there's never going to be enough views and ad revenue to support this niche kind of content. So if you are a fan who is willing to fund, I very greatly appreciate it. If you are a fan who wants to fund but can't, or you're just disgusted by the concept, but you still want to help out, comments, likes, shares, they're all wonderful. And until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every single one of you. Please disregard the fact that this is the 4th time I've moved the camera in 2 weeks. I think this is the final position. I put the light up, and it was blocking the camera, and I don't know how I missed that. Okay.